जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जगरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जगरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारि स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदमायं पदाभिष्टं पदाभ्यां वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीवतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरगातं सागररघुनाथं सहितं संप्रतिजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादा सागरललिता श्रीविशाखांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते सप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रे पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौतम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवे भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति साहित्ये कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. I seek blessings from all the devotees so that I can speak Bhagavatam in Parampara for the pleasure of Krishna and the devotees and my own purification. So today we will be reciting the first canto, 18th chapter, Parishit cursed by Brahmana Bai, and sloka number is 32. Today also it's a very interesting sloka where how the Brahmanas are fall down due to the influence of Kali from their position. So it is a very basic thing, and we have to understand that even in the devotee community also there are some conflicts are there, how to overcome. These are the points we will be discussing on today's topic. It's very interesting one, and it's very important for every devotee to understand from this sloka. So you can follow the sloka. Tasya putro titejasvi viharan balako harbikam rajana aham praptyam tatam survata srutva tatetam bravid tasya putro tideshvi viharan balako harbakka rajana aham prapitam tatam survata tatredam bravid tasya putro tejasvi viharan balako harbikam rajana aham prapitam tatam surva tatradam bravid. Word by word meaning. Tasya, his age, putraha, son, ati, extremely tejasvi, powerful, viharan, while playing, balaka, with boys, arbakya, who were all children, childish, rajana, by the king, aham, distressed, prapitam, made to have, tatam, the father, srutava, by hearing, tatra, then and there, idam, this, bravid, spoke. Translation purpose by His Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The sage had a son who was very powerful. Being a Brahmana's son, while he was playing with inexperienced boys, he heard of his father's distress, which was auctioned by the king. Then and there by the boy spoke as follows. Purpose. Due to Maharaj's Parishit's good government, even a boy of tender age who was playing with other inexperienced boys could become a powerful as a qualified Brahmana. This boy was known as a Sringi, and he achieved a good training in Brahmacharya by his father so that he could be as powerful as his Brahmana. Even at the age, but because the age of the Kali was seeking an opportunity to spoil the culture of heritage of the four orders of life, the inexperienced boy gave a chance for the age of Kali to enter into the field of Vedic culture. Hatred of the lower order of the life began from this Brahmana boy. Under the influence of Kali, and thus the culture of life began to develop by day after day. The first victim of Brahmanical injustice was Maharaj Parishit, and thus the protection given by the king against the onslaught of Kali was slackened. Hare Krishna. Welcome once again for the Nityam Bhagavata Seva. We will be going in detailed discussion, as I said, how the Brahmanical culture is fall down due to the influence of Kali, and how the devotees should be cautioned in this current scenario of Kali's influence. So here that a Brahmana's son named called Sringi, he was playing with boys who are inexperienced. The inexperienced boys also matters. if they can come and tell that something Sringeri, then he will be influenced. So if we surrounded by fools and rascals, we also influenced by their advices and observations. That's why the earlier days, the kings will always take the opinion from the experienced person and not from the inexperienced persons. They have been kept independent. The experienced king advisors are independent, intelligent person, advisors like Brahmana. So, typical example, Chanakya, Chanakya Pandit. He is a Brahmana. He is a very good Brahmana with full of knowledge. So, his advice to the king was independent, not worried about if the advice is not favorable to the king and king may throw me out of job or may not pay me. So that fear is not there. So Brahmanas are not taking salary, so there is independent. Never does a job under anyone. So Brahmanas are never work under anybody. So job will be done by Sudras. So here we have to understand the other three categories. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, they are not working classes. Only Sudra is the working classes. So that we have to understand from this thing. So Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, they will do the independent job. Kshatriyas does the independent job of maintaining the kingdom, and the ideal. So all the three categories are okay. 3/4 of them are independent on job. So that is the ideal way of healthy kingdom. So we can say that. So people should not work. So working class should be 1/4 should be there. That's all. Only Sudra should work. But nowadays what happened? 90% of people running behind for searching for a job. That means it's all degraded. So if a person is got a good job and 1 crore of payment per annum, that means he is a rich Sudra. But still he is a Sudra only. So that we have to understand that. So how we should be there. The mind of the Brahmanas is different. The mind of the Vaishyas are different. The mind of the Kshatriyas are different. Okay. So all are different, and they have their own skill set of executing their work. And the mind of the Sudras is different. They are obedient and humble and always respect their Lord who's given the job. So also everybody should be engaged in work. Idle mind is devil's workshop. So Brahmanas, Kshatriyas and Vaishnavas should give the job to the Sudras. Okay, this is the culture of earlier days. The Vaishnava, so Varnashma Dharma was scientifically divided. The Krishna's plan, why he has given is the reason is if there is no division, then everybody has to do everything. So that will not work out. So it is not the right practice. So that's why the division has been made. So here the age of Kali is made that deteriorating day by day. Okay, the Brahmana is supposed to be head of the society, but they become the degraded and look down the other section of people. So they started looking down the other section of people. This boy wrongly thought that king had once the king had overstepped his position. That means king has come out of his way. So that's why he cursed the king, and he should not have cursed the king. But he did so, it happened under the influence of Kali. Why he cursed the king is because of the influence of Kali. The Kali is seeking the chance to enter into the field of Vedic culture. That's what Prabhupada says. They're just waiting for to enter into Vedic culture of that. So Maharaj Parishit was the first victim of Brahminical injustice. So Brahminical injustice means they fell down because of that he has got victimized. So let us understand more about the Brahmanas because we are going on targeting that because of Brahminical people fell down. So what is all about Brahmanas? Brahmana means learned people. They are all educated people. The learned people who worship the Krishna, all called Vaishyas. So how nicely the divisions are made. If a learned person has an impersonal worship with them, then he is called as a Brahmanas. So Prabhupada in Bhagavad Gita, he is differentiating between Vaishyas and Brahmanas. So what is Vaishyas? Vaishyas who accepted personal form of Supreme Lord. Personal form of, there are three stages. That is last impersonal, impersonal form, personal form, and also Paramatma form. There is a three stages. So Brahmana, Vaishyas consider Lord as a personal form and also form of Supreme Lord and worship Supreme Lord and practice Bhakti. That is Vaishyas. So Brahmanas, though they are learned, but they accept the form of impersonal form, and beyond that they will not move on. But the third class is the Mayavadis. Mayavadis they will consider the Lord as a form of a material form. So these are the three different categories of how they are looking it up. Okay, the Brahmavadi doesn't think Lord as a material form. So Brahmavadis are nothing but Brahmanas. So they their futures they look at the Brahman form only. They look at that. Both Brahmanas and Vaishyas they consider Lord as a spiritual. Okay, Vaishyas consider the Lord as the ultimate word of absolute truth. So and absolute truth. Okay, devotional service of Bhakti is a constitutional nature of Jivas. So Vaishyas are practicing in a proper way. Here we see that some imbalance here leading to the problem. So okay, there is an imbalance happening leading to the problem. The basic qualification of a Brahmana here is a priest. So the Brahmanas itself they breached their basic qualification. What they are supposed to do that they didn't do that. So we find it in Bhagavad Gita's sloka number 5th chapter, sloka number 18. Prabhupada clearly explains it. Vidya Vinay Sampane Brahmana Kavi Hastini Suni Chaiva Swapaka Pakata Pandita Samadarshana. It's very important. Pandita Samadarshana. The humble sages humble sages by virtue of true knowledge see with equal vision a learned and a gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, dog and dog eater. Outcast. Okay. So Pandita Samadarshana means yes, see everybody in a equal vision. This is what is supposed to be other. So okay, purpose. The Krishna conscious person do not make any distinction between the species and caste. The Brahmanas and the outskirts may be different from the social point of view. A dog, a cow, an elephant may be different from the point of view of species, but these differences of body are meaningless from the viewpoint of learned transcendentalists. This is due to the relationship with the Supreme. For Supreme Lord, by his planetary position of Paramatma, is present in everyone's heart. Such an understanding of Supreme is real knowledge. As far as the bodies are considered in different castes and different species of life, the Lord is equally kind to everyone because he treats every living being as a friend, yet maintain himself as a Paramatma regardless of the circumstance of the living entities. Very important point, what Krishna says. The Lord as a Paramatma is present both in the outcast and in the Brahmana, although the body of the Brahmana and the outcast are not the same. The bodies are material product of the different modes of material nature, but the soul is a super soul, and the super soul within the body are all the same spiritual quality. The similarity of the quality of the soul and super soul, however, does not make us equal in quantity, for the individual soul is present only in that particular body, whereas the Paramatma is present in each and every body. A Krishna conscious person has full knowledge of this, therefore he is truly learned and has equal vision. A similar character of the soul and super soul are that they are both consciousness, eternal and blissful. But the difference is that the individual soul is conscious within the limited jurisdiction of the body, whereas the super soul is conscious of all bodies. The super soul is present in all the bodies without distinction. So this is a very important point. We have to understand how Pandita Samadarshana in the view. The equal vision of Samadarshana, the cultural heritage speaks about the Varnasma Dharma, the four classes of people. The one hand there is a hierarchy of, on the other hand Pandita Samadarshana. So there is a two different concepts has been discussed here. One is the hierarchy of the classes of people. The other one is everybody we have to see it in a equal vision. Okay, so there is a very basic of equal vision in the form of fact that we are not the body. So first we have to understand we are not the body, but graduation of the Varnasma is purely on the basis of the material body. So this is the first difference, is that based on the mode of nature, it is classified. We know that the mode of goodness is highest. Therefore, Brahmanas is considered as the highest. When it comes to the equal vision, it means that all spirit souls are equal. If someone is living in a palace and other person is in a small hut, people who are living in both the places are human beings. Equal rights as far as the country is considered. Paramatma reside in both the houses of people. These distinctions are purely based on the material body, that is grass body and settled body. How do we conduct our affairs in material world? How we should not conduct it? Example, a moment someone is a higher order of life or any other life, I am better than oneself. Okay, so this is where the basic problem starts. If someone thinks that I am better than others, this is a myth. Okay, there is no such thing. All spirit souls are equal. Someone thinks that I am better than someone, immediately he falls down from this platform. This is exactly happens here. Here the Singhi also is looking down the Maharaj Parikshit based on he is a king. So Sringi thinking that I am a Brahmana, I am a higher class. Maharaj Parikshit the king, he is a lower class. So he looked down and he is thinking that he can curse him. So this is where the first, when you start looking down the people, there the problem starts. It is this is finished. It is not the vision of the Pandita. So Pandita does not think that I am better. The pride comes before the fall. So we have to be very careful on that. If we consider I am better, Maya traps us. In fact, the place, the palace is better than the hut. People living that is more important. We may consider the palace is big, the hut is small. No, the peoples are there as well. So people, Paramatma seated in everyone's heart, and so we have to look at them in the form of equal. Pandita Samadarshana. Krishna conscious persons always see the spirit soul and super soul. They can't afford to think that I am better than whom it is. The moment you think of that I am better, you are in the illusion. When all spirit souls are equal, Supreme Lord is all spirit souls are equal, because the Supreme Lord is a father of all living entities. What to say after that? Who is better? So we should think that there is nothing I am better than others. At the same time, that it is very important for us to know that we have to get out of the entanglement of material nature. The first foremost job is that first we should get out of this material entanglement. It's very important. But be in the platform of Brahminical. Okay, we have to be in the Brahminical platform, that don't get into the mode of passion and ignorance. That means we should be in the platform of goodness, not in the platform of passion and ignorance. How do we get into the passion and ignorance? When we get associate of such people. Here the Singhi, what he does is his association with the unqualified boys. Okay, the lower class of boys he is mingled. That's why his mind also is degraded. So here also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitam he say that Asat Sangha Jaga. So we have to sacrifice the bad association. When everybody is equal, how come we can reject the people? So here also the conflict is there. One side is say that asasanga, we have to reject the people. Other side we are telling that we can't reject because Pandita Samadarshana, everybody is equal. So everybody is equal. That doesn't mean that we should deal with everyone in the same manner. So this is very important. How we have to deal. So we can't claim that they are better than someone in position. We are not better. We are all in the same spirit soul. So first we are Samadarshana. So we are all in the same platform. I don't want to get into the situation that entangle me into the Maya. So we have to be very careful. We should not get trapped into Maya and forget about Krishna. So more and more we mingle with people, we lose it. Like a non-devotee, when you associate with them, what happens? We slowly lose their Krishna conscious, thinking of Krishna, because their association and their way of living is different. All souls are naturally, eternally related with Krishna. Okay, Supreme Lord. Currently we are covered with Maya, so that we should understand. Moment we think that everybody in there is same, we can associate with everyone, we get trapped into the material nature, then our bhakti is getting affected. So we have to be very clear whom we should associate, so that our bhakti should not get shaken up. Therefore, it's not the soul in the body is less than us. Everybody is equal. But those people who are living are inhabited to the body, which is blocking us. So generally when you talk about people, their mindset is I am the body. They never think that I am soul. This blockage is when you overcome only, then we can advance in Krishna consciousness. So we have to be very careful that how do we get, first we should come out of the bodily concept of that. When we associate with the people who are in the mode of passion and ignorance, our bhakti is getting affected. So we have to be very careful. Generally, even in neophyte devotees, they are in the passion and ignorance will be there. So when you deal very closely with them, we also get disturbed because they will talk something that will bother so our bhakti is getting disturbed. So we have to be very careful with that. It's very important to understand the principle of asatanga tyaga. So again, the Prabhupada insists on that. Sometimes maintaining equal vision, it will be a big challenge for when we lead a life of a devotee. For the devotees, it's a very big challenge. So one side is asat sangha. You have to sacrifice the non-favorable of Krishna conscious people. Other side is we should treat everybody as equal. So this is what the purpose. Again he says about the devotees and karmis in his lecture, many lectures. The power corruption and absolute power corrupt absolutely. So power also knowledge. So knowledge also corrupted. So more knowledge comes, the more we get corrupted. So Srimad Bhagavatam also says about the two-legged animal. We are called as a two-legged animal. Any spiritual knowledge, people, when we get in the form of a pure devotee. So when you get the knowledge of spiritual knowledge, so two things, the purpose. Srimad Bhagavatam also says there is two purposes there. One is, first and foremost, is save our life in the advancing bhakti. First we have to save our life, ourselves, to advance in bhakti. That is the bottom. First we have to save. Suppose somebody drown in the water. First we should be ready. We should stand properly. Then only we can lift the other person. Otherwise, what happens? We also fall down inside the water. So Srimad Bhagavatam says that first we should protect ourselves and we have to advance in bhakti. The second one, then go for help others. So these are the two purposes Srimad Bhagavatam spoken. Also the pure devotee, what they are giving information to us. Anything pure devotee speaks are for these two purposes only. So purpose told that the only problem with my disciple is that they are not fear of Maya. They are not afraid of Maya. So that is what Prabhupada underlined that. It is Krishna's energy. We can't take it granted. Mode of nature is very strong, like during flood what happened, how big the vehicle, the water can push it out. So Maya is such a thing, it's an energy of Lord, So we are insignificant spirit, we are very insignificant soul. So we can be easily crushed by the Maya. So we can't fight with Maya. Maya is very powerful. Maya can easily push us. Nevertheless, in spite of all this challenge, Prabhupada says that because we have been protected by the bhakti. So the bhakti is very powerful. So because we have taken shelter of the bhakti, we can challenge the Maya. So here the question is, what Prabhupada underline is, bhakti is very important for us to face the challenge of the Maya. The fight with Maya, otherwise we can't be simply crushed by Maya. Remember that we are very significant in front of Maya. So we are very tiny in front of them. When you associate with a non-devotee, assimilate with the knowledge and value, other things, we invariably get crushed by Maya. The more you associate with the outside world, non-devotees, and we start adopting their things, what happens is we are easily trapped by the Maya. When you see that true knowledge, I have compassion, I have been saved, so we think that okay, Vaishnavas means para dukkha dukhi. So Vaishnava means we always think that okay, I should help others. But we have to be very careful. Let me go out and preach, otherwise they will also go to hell, life after life. How long they can go into that life? So these sufferings hurt us very badly. So this is the Vaishnava's quality. Okay, he always para dukkha dukhi. So he want to preach and all that. So whatever we hear and read in the books, there are two purposes there. One is to turn towards the purpose of reading books and all that. No, we have to turn towards the Krishna. Like Devaki afraid of Kamsa. So because Kamsa killed 7 of her babies. So much fear we should have that. So that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur say that by fear our anarthas can destroy. So we should be fear of that Maya. So we are in trouble. So if we don't have the fear of Maya, we'll be in trouble. So we have to be very careful. So Srila Prabhupada once praying to the deity, in front of deity, then one of the neophyte devotees, he goes and asks Prabhupada, what are you praying? Because it is not etiquette for a guru to ask that what are you praying. But Prabhupada is so merciful and he wants to teach the boys. He said that I am praying that to Krishna that I may not fall down. So even he is a big acharya, but he is praying to Krishna that I should not fall down. So and tightly hold the Krishna's lotus feet. So how much they are fearful of Maya. We should be conscious about the world. We are living, sometimes we got both extremes in Krishna consciousness. So in Krishna consciousness we go to the two extremes. One thing is we get knowledge. In Krishna consciousness we get lot of knowledge. And he is karmi. Then we point out all these people are karmis. We neophytes. We misuse the knowledge and look down on the people. So whatever, once we get knowledge, we think that all are Mayavadis, we differentiate that, we look everybody's down. That is what Sringeri did, when you see the King Parikshit, he looked down, there only he fall down. So Krishna conscious person, when you see people look down, you will fall down, that I am better than others. So we have to be very careful. That is one extreme. The other extreme is that don't look at people as two-legged animal. Don't differentiate them. So this is another extreme that I am better. All our people are low-grade people. So they are all wasting their life. So this is what the Krishna conscious people know. Two extremes of things they are into that. Both conditions are extreme. Rejecting, this is primarily rejected by Srimad Bhagavatam. So we can't try to make a mental image by have the conception different from the Srimad Bhagavatam. So what Bhagavatam says only we should follow. We should not expect, we should imagine something and behave something differently. We should be very careful with that. We have the philosophy as it is. Our philosophy is what our Bhagavad Gita says is, Prabhupada gave is as it is. The tradition is also as it is. We should deal with the reality as prescribed by the Srimad Bhagavatam. We have to take shelter of Krishna. We have to use the knowledge of preaching, not use the knowledge to mislead the people. We should not mislead the people, okay, don't do this, don't do that. We should not talk anything against or anything different from what Srimad Bhagavatam says. Don't look at others down. So these are the two very basic essence of the message we have to learn from this sloka. Srila Prabhupada said that in our society we call it as a Daiviyena Varnashrama. So what he says is it is on the platform of equal vision. Doesn't mean that everybody is doing the same activity. Equal vision means not everybody doing same thing. No, that is not the meaning. Those who are suitable for Brahmanical activity, give the Brahmanical job. Somebody is suitable for Kshatriya activity, give the job of a Kshatriya. So they can't call themselves as a Brahmana Vaishya, Kshatriya Vaishya, Vaishya Vaishya, Sudra Vaishya. So though not mixing of the division. So there is no designations and all. We can't call it as a designation. Okay, they have to carry out the activity more suitable for them. Remember Krishna. Your activity should remember your Krishna. That is important. Whatever your state, maybe a Brahmana or Kshatriya or Vaishya or Sudra, even if it's Sudra, if your activities makes you to remember Krishna, that is the bottom line. That's all required. In Krishna consciousness, the Vaishnavas to be considered. We don't look down anyone. So Krishna conscious people are they don't look at others are down. So they will think that Pandita Samadarshana. We respect everyone. Everyone is doing a different role. No one look down upon others. It's very, very important. So we welcome newcomers also. We ask them to sit and chant. So these are the things. No, they will not say, okay, you are a newcomer, you don't know anything about bhakti. We treat them equally. Srila Prabhupada's benchmark for us. Okay, he sees everybody is equal. American or African, women or men. No, he sees in the soul platform. He engaged them according to their skill set. He treats them equally. That's how nobody was felt that discrimination. So even the African, no, they didn't feel that okay, they are differentiating, they are treating as a lower class. No, they are also thinking. That is the Srila Prabhupada taught us how we have to look at them in that. The biggest advantage of looking Samadarshana means there will not be any fight within the team. Okay, the fighting will stop. Now, why fighting is happening within the community? Because people look others down. I know better than you. I can do better than you. So we should not think that way. When you solve, this is a formula. When you should look at everybody equal, there won't be any fight in that. We have to develop this habit. Everybody should develop this habit. The whole problem was introducing by Kali is that what is the method he introduces? I think I am better. What Kali is using the tool is, he will make you that I am better than others. So leading all type of problems. That is the one which leads all kind of problems. Kali is the age of quarrel. Why Prabhupada says the Kali is the age of quarrel means that always fighting is happening is in KC we should not allow this mentality to enter. So we should not allow that I am better, I am superior, I have to be given so much of facility, I have preached throughout the world, I travel hundreds of countries. All the things, when you think that I am better, I am thinking or expecting everything, that means you are falling down. So that mentality should not come into your mind. I am better than others. Srila Prabhupada say that if you are loving me and show me that how much you cooperate to keep this institution together. So this is a very basic request from the Srila Prabhupada. We have to work together, cooperate each other. So that is how we have to do that. The whole problem of fight comes when we think that I am better. So cooperation, why he said that, why is underlying people should not fight. So why when fight comes, I think that I am better than others. Speak about within India, we not only that, the whole world. When we live, what Prabhupada says that we are living peacefully in service of Krishna. So all are equal. So United Nations, they are talking about so many colorful of flags, but in Krishna conscious, we are all are equal and we practice harmony in service of Lord. So ours is the United Nations of spiritual world. United Nations of spiritual world. Ours is. So Prabhupada always think that I am not a small mouse. I am a big. He always think big. That the conscious entire world. He want to preach the entire world Krishna conscious. Just chant Hare Krishna mantra and preach. He can preach a handful of people, and so that no, for that he can do it in India itself. He need not to travel, but he want to transform the whole world. That's why, and we are part of it. So we are part of ISKCON means we are part of Prabhupada. What his vision is, we have to preach others. Okay, the more we think that how shall I improve, the more we desire how shall I improve others also. So more we think, if we think that I have to improve, that means you started thinking that others also, you are compassionate with others also, how I can improve all these people also. You simply, the bottom line is Krishna conscious means you simply love Krishna. What we teach everybody, simply love Krishna. So when you love Krishna, you love everybody. When you love everybody, then you become a servant of everybody. So you will not think that I am the master because you serve them. That's why we call it as a Prabhuji. Okay, the one of the senior Vaishnavas saying that philosophy for preaching, life is for living. No, philosophy is for living. The way philosophy, that's the way we have to live. And life is for preaching. We should preach others. Okay, we understand this is the mood of the Srila Prabhupada. We should understand. The philosophy means chant 16 rounds offenselessly. Enter Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So I hope that I clarified that today's sloka is very important. How Brahmanical culture is fell down in Kali's influence, and also how the devotees should look Pandita Samadashna, because Krishna conscious devotee is none other than the Panditas. So we have got so much of knowledge, and also we should know the essence of each Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, what they teach us also. So first we should protect our bhakti, then we should start preaching others. Hare Krishna. Any question, any doubt, clarification? Thank you. Welcome. Any yeah, that is a basic formula for fight creating in the community. So we should give up.
Glorifying one person and not putting other person into opponent and start fighting.
A very nice message, but currently it is required for our community.